been really pleasure to co-host this event with Puffer and Espresso. So the topic that I'm gonna present today is the leading to profitable block building for rollups. So that's the contents that I'm going to talk about. One is that I'm going to share some insight that we found in the rollup economy, and then why the profitable block building is matters, and also how our solution works. So before going deep into our solution, I'd like to share some lessons that I learned from our journey. Actually, Radius has been fully committed to tackling the challenges of rollup sequencing to bring rollup-centric Ethereum to reality. So the first problem that we found in rollup space was the centralized sequences, because the centralized sequences have a full power of building block. So we need to mitigate this power to prevent like a censorship or MEV stuff from happening. So that's when we implemented encrypted mempool. We thought that just to hide the contents of transactions from malicious attacker would be the good solution to prevent this MEV and censorship from happening. So that's why we implemented encrypted mempool based on time lock puzzle. So we call it a delay encryption. So and then it's kind of helpful to solve this censorship and harmful MEV attacks. But we found out that those issues are kind of important, but not that super important. So, and then the second problem that we found is the fragmented liquidity. So, as you all know, that rollup has kind of a fragmented liquidity. So probably having a common shared sequencer between multiple rollups would be good for them to support the better user experience for end users. But it turns out that it's kind of a good approach, but some misconception also happen, and then it's not like a topmost focus in that community as well. So those issues were a bit off from what rollups and end users really care about. So what's next? What's really needed to truly unlock a Ethereum rollup-centric roadmap? So what's missing? Rollup stack. We have a bunch of great rollup frameworks such as OpenStack, Arbitrum, and Polygon, such as that, and then rollup as a service projects right now are doing really good. So you can easily build your own network using them with just one click. And then I cover decentralized sequencing and composability as well. And based rollup is really a great approach to solve some kind of bringing composability between rollups and the Ethereum. So, but and then also preconf is really good to improve our user experience as well. And then also fraud and validity proof thing is really we need to some kind of a way to improve the performance for this generating a profit as well. But from Radius perspective, we think that profit is the most key component that's still missing in rollup space. The reason is that running rollup sequencers have its own cost to inherit security from Ethereum, such as like you need post data on Ethereum and then generates and verifying this fraud or validity proof on Ethereum. It costs a lot. So also, if you see this rollup as business thing, business needs some kind of profit to expand their ecosystem, and then so these profits can be reinvested in giving some incentive for the other entities to get involved more. So it turns out that building a rollup is now easy, but achieving some kind of economic growth for rollup is still hard. So we need some kind of profit for that as well. So you can either, like a profit is revenue minus cost. So we can either increase revenue or decrease costs. So the reason why we ended up that profit is really key component for that, it's quite obvious if we see the history of blockchain. Think of why the blockchain tech was actually possible to operate is that it's about incentive. It's incentive for participants who get involved in blockchain network. So we need to see entities who get involved as like being economically rational. So from Bitcoin's beginnings, the financial incentives for miners have propelled Bitcoin adoption, and then for Ethereum to scale effectively, it must strengthen the incentive alignments across all economic participants. But when it comes to rollups, the incentive piece is still missing because they lack sufficient revenue to encourage and motivate participants so that they could sustainably grow. So rollup are kind of constrained by a lack of reinvestable funds, as they currently just rely on a user transaction fee that cover only minimal costs and leave little for rewarding participants or reinvest in growth. So, but one option could be raising user transaction fee, but this approach isn't viable as it would push our users away and stifle adoption. So, as I said before, our profit is, we can increase profits or we can try to decrease costs. And the radius approach, we decided to go for increasing our revenue. So we see MEV as the alternative revenue source. So it's kind of a sustainable revenue stream that allows rollups to scale, creating self-sustainable ecosystem. So why we ended up in this? We found opportunity that's already backed by a lot of solid evidence, just like that. Actually, we've been analyzing what MEV opportunity has been in rollup space by ourselves, but we just found this great paper describing their analysis on transactions happening in rollup space for more than nearly a 3-year period. So they said that MEV is widespread on rollups with trading volume comparable to Ethereum. So these following results suggest that significant amounts of arbitrages and liquidation actually occurring on rollups. However, since rollups have done some kind of a PBS-like architecture, the failed transactions due to competition in latency war are happening frequently. So, which means that from Radius perspective, rollups have been already have an environment where significant MEV can occur, and if they had a protocol like PBS to ensure arbitrage and liquidation by searchers, those profit numbers would go even higher. And then this paper also said that the MEV opportunities take longer to play out on rollup than on Ethereum. On Ethereum, the MEV extraction usually happens within the same block as the MEV opportunity is spotted, but on with rollups, even the smallest delay is at least 1 block. In other words, the MEV extraction doesn't happen in the same block as when the opportunity is identified. So this block distance between opportunity and extraction brings inefficiency to DeFi protocols. So this inefficiency can be understood as a result of the lack of protocols that internalize MEV. So if there were a protocol that could capture these opportunities instantly, end users would get fairer prices on their transactions. Also, searchers would have more chances to spot and take advantage of arbitrage opportunities. So that's why Radius came up with a block space network that connecting rollups and searchers, so help rollups internalize MEV. So, and then now we call this network Lighthouse. A Lighthouse serves as like a guiding beacon for rollups, helping them navigate safely to profitable block building, even in the dark ocean. I know that there is another Lighthouse in the Ethereum network, but our Lighthouse for rollups and then help rollups like in more economical way. So anyway, Lighthouse is the protocol for internalizing the MEV for rollups. So let's compare to our current revenue model for rollups. These rollups take transaction fees from users and then cover costs that they need to post data or something to get finality from Ethereum. But with rollups backed communicating with the Lighthouse, this Lighthouse internalize MEV as a revenue stream for rollups by providing providing a profitable MEV bundles and enabling guaranteed execution by rollups. So while rollups receive transactions from users, and then the Lighthouse also doing this internalizing MEV. I will go into more. So this Radius provide this infrastructure to convert MEV into a sustainable revenue stream for rollups through Lighthouse. So by enabling rollups to capture value-adding MEV bundle, such as like arbitrage identified by searchers, and prioritizing these bundles in a block, Lighthouse allows rollups to capture revenue with guaranteed executions and maximize profits for rollups. And then, but with the MEV opportunities, rollups also risk exposing users to censorship or front-running and sandwiching attacks. So to encourage participation, users need both financial incentives and protection from economic threats. So that's why we use this encrypted mempool. So with this encrypted mempool, users can submit rollup transactions hidden from searchers and protecting against the censorship, front-running, those kind of attacks. So this can show them more details. So for rollups, to protect users from these threats, rollup Radius offer a user protection module called secure block building that enhance the ability to protect users. So this approach ensures that MEV revenue stays within the ecosystem, driving growth while maintaining user asset safe. For more details, that you can see the top-up block and bottom block, that we split block space into two parts, top-up block and bottom block. So each part is built by different entities simultaneously. As for top-up block, these searchers get these previous latest states from sequencer, and then based on those previous states, they can build MEV bundles, including arbitrage or liquidation, and then submit this top-up block bundle with bids, and then Lighthouse will conduct auctions among many searchers. And then bundles with highest bid will be selected to be included in our next block in top-up block for rollups. And then while searchers building this top-up block, rollups itself receive transactions from users through encrypted mempool, and then build bottom-up block. So you can see that these building two parts happening simultaneously, which means that the searchers cannot see the contents of the transactions in bottom of block, which we can prevent the front running, also those kind of attacks on transactions from happening. So Radius is building this lighthouse and secure block building solutions. These solutions is needed for profitable, healthy, and sustainably growing rollup. It's more technical thing that we use encrypted mempool based on time lock puzzle. The first version of our delay encryption was that users needed to generate their own time lock puzzle, and then the solution time lock puzzle will be used as an encryption key, which means that a sequencer if sequencer wants to decrypt transitions, they need to solve all time lock puzzles from the users, which means that they put too much overhead on sequencing side. So that's why we came up with another solution called single key delay encryption, which means that we use homomorphic time lock puzzle. So there will be only one single encryption key per epoch, and then all users are gonna same key. And then so there is a key generation committee. They generate the homomorphic time lock puzzle and then aggregate them into one time lock puzzle. So sequencer needs to solve this aggregated homomorphic time lock puzzle, and then the decryption key comes out from that. You can see the Ethereum research forum for more details. Another one is that, as I said before, users need to send encrypted transactions to rollup sequencer, and then this rollup sequencer respond with the order commitment saying that your transactions will be included in a specific index of next block, which means that how we prevent the MEV sequencing, malicious sequencing thing from happening. But if we have had the single sequencer, we are not sure this sequencer is gonna follow or keep the promise that they did with a user through order commitment. So that's why we need multiple sequences in this sequencer cluster. So which means that we have a number of sequences, and then among them, one sequencer is selected as a leader. This leader has a responsibility to issue this order commitment, and then the other sequencers will be following these encrypted transitions and order commitments, and then build blocks, and then to validate this leader actually to keep the promise that they with the order commitment, and then we can check out that as well. So that's how we can do the validated blocks, and then we actually built this one using risk-taking protocols like EigenLayer and Symbiotic. So each rollups has their own this AVS service, so we can provide this solution as well. So that's how we implement this architecture. But actually, we can go further in terms of the increasing revenue perspective. We found another really great paper quantifying the potential non-atomic MEV on layer 2 by measuring the arbitrage opportunities between cross-rollup and DEX. So they said that by analyzing the costs of swaps on layer 2s and price differences cross rollup and DEX, they identify more than 500,000 unexplored arbitrage opportunities. It's just only one like WETH and USDC pair. These opportunities persisted for like 10 to 12 blocks, which means that these arbitrage opportunities across different liquidity sources were most often captured in this order: Ethereum SEX, rollup Ethereum, such as that. So this suggests that if searchers could tap into these liquidities simultaneously, it might boost cross-domain MEV extraction and bringing in more revenue for our rollup ecosystem. Yeah. So we came up with the term the superstructure. Superstructure build multiple MEV bundles for multiple rollups. Multiple rollups are top of block. So they can bid at the same time with a bid, and then if they win this auction, these each bundles for the targeted rollup will be included in each rollups block space as well. So these can be like another alternative way to maximize profits by extracting not only MEV but also cross-domain MEV as well. So what's for Devcon's announcement? We actually open source everything that we built. Everything Radius has been built since we started to implement the MEV resistant stuff, encrypted maple thing, and then also we released Lighthouse design and architecture stuff. And you can check out all source codes for secure block building and single key delay encryption and ABS, so on. So please visit our GitHub and blog. You can find out our details. Another one is that we need some kind of engine for economic growth for rollups. We can do that by ourselves. We need other projects, infra projects, rollup projects, so to make this economic growth to a reality. So right now we are teaming up with a bunch of infra projects. So we will announce very soon how we are going to achieve this economic growth for rollups. So stay tuned. Okay, that's Radius. Thank you so much.
Do we have any questions from the audience? Yep. Okay.
Thank you for the presentation. I have a question regarding the single delay encryption key encryption, right? So, just for the out of curiosity, how many members in the committee right now?
Actually, it works almost trustlessly because we need only one honest committee member who actually generates valid homomorphic time-lock puzzle. So there's like a one majority trust assumption is needed. Or if these all committee members are kind of doing misbehavior, just one user can generate this time-lock puzzle by himself and then add to that. It works like that. So
no, I mean like you must have some sort of like coordination to decrypt the transaction of users, right?
Yeah.
So how many members like in the committee right now?
You mean to decrypt, to generate the encryption key or decrypt?
Like the committee members, like you have a lot of committee members to like generate a single key. So
at this moment, currently we are figuring out how many members are needed for this whole network to work out. We will share that as well. I forgot the exact number, but yeah, I will share later. Sorry about that.
Okay, and like one follow-up question is what is the latency when like a user send a transaction and get executed?
Get executed. We actually did this. We can set up how long this delay will. How long is the delay is? So we can set up if we want a couple of seconds. Right now we have set up as 2 seconds or something. So
2 seconds.
Yeah. So, but if we need more shorter than 2 seconds, you can do that. This time-lock puzzle is kind of adjustable as well.
Yeah. Thank you.